It is 11:11, and we are live for another Questions from the Dragon. We do this every Saturday. I'm Stephen, the channeler,
And this is Stephanie. Hello.
and it is today Stephanie's birthday. Yay! Everyone say happy birthday to Stephanie. And we are going to enjoy it by going out into nature and really enjoying the Mount Shasta beautiful area that we live in, and the waters and the light codes on the water and all of that. So we love doing that. So happy birthday to Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you.
And very good. Well, let's see. Before we get started, let's do some announcements while everyone's gathering here. We just had our first class on the New Earth One network. That's Lauren GALEY'S network, and it was a nice intro to the working with the Dragon Energies class, and there was a nice little gathering for the class. It was a learning experience because we covered so much. Jadon Se sort of monologued a little too long, and I think it's good to break it up with Q&As. So maybe we'll do it a little differently next time. Very good. Well, look at all these happy birthdays coming in, and little icons for Stephanie. Yay!
Thank you.
And yeah, what else? Let's see. We're actually making progress with Apple about getting our the Jadon Se Oracle deck up on the Apple App Store. They actually have waived their requirement that, or their rejection due to too many Oracle decks on their site. We went back and forth and said to them, well, look, if there are too many of any category, what you should do is just take the old ones that are languishing and haven't had any movement for a long time off when new ones appear, and that way you keep fresh ideas. And apparently that got through to them, so looks like they're gonna allow us on. We're working through a couple little technical things, requirements that they have, and so that's good news. Persistence can pay off, I guess. And I'm a Taurus, so I went Taurus on them. I got stubborn. And so sometimes stubbornness prevails. All right. Very good. Well, so, yes, look at all these happy birthdays coming in for Stephanie. Yay. And, she told me not to make a big deal out of this, but anyone who wants to send Stephanie a birthday gift, go on buymeacoffee.com/Jadon Se, and we'll get that over to Stephanie for her birthday. Okay, so, well, anyway, enough of that. Let's all just go ahead and, another announcement, and that is this is the last call for the December Level 1 classes, the Working with Dragon Energies Level 1. If you took them in November, this is a repeat of the November Level 1, and then we will be doing a Level 2 in January. So this is your last chance. If you have not done the Level 1 classes, this is your last chance to sign up. Today is your last window of opportunity until February of 2026, when we will offer it again. So last call for signups on Level 1 Working with Dragon Energies classes. And then January will be the Level 2 class. So those who have made the prerequisite of the Level 1 will be taking that in January. So last call, folks. Tonight at midnight Pacific time, we will take down the registration for that. And so last call for Level 1. What else do we have going on? I think that's about it. Jadon Se has some things to come through with. Again, the Saturday Questions for the Dragon is an appropriate time to ask any questions or clarifications that you have working with dragon energies or working with your personal dragon or anything like this. And we try to keep the questions from being too granular and personal. So try to please keep your questions of interest to everyone gathered here, if possible. And we will take those kind of questions first. Okay, very good. So thank you for everyone for gathering. Let's shout out where we are today on this beautiful Gaia. Stephanie and I are in the Lake Shastina area of Mount Shasta. We are right under the shadow of the mountain, and we've been having amazing clouds. Oh my goodness, the motherships have been around up in the skies, lenticular clouds and just amazing formations and beautiful light and energy. So where are we today? We are in Massachusetts. And someone was trying to purchase a super chat. Well, I'm not sure why you're having trouble with that, but you can always go on to buymeacoffee.com for Stephanie if you want. We have Anatolia, Turkey in the house. Beautiful. Shout out where you are on this beautiful Gaia. So far, Massachusetts and Turkey. We have Holland in the house. Beautiful. Do you guys feel the energies rising? The dragon grid. We have Paso Robles, California. Utah is in the house. Beautiful. Do you guys feel this? Keep shouting it out. Where are you today in this moment of now? And those of you on the replay, if you weren't listening on the recording, you can energetically shout out where you're from. Maybe we'll pick it up in this moment of now. Who knows? Very good. So we have Chile in the house. Keep bringing them on. We have Illinois in the house. Beautiful energies coming in. Queensland, Australia is in the house. Okay, we're now spanning a lot of different grid lines across this beautiful Gaia here. New Hampshire, keep shouting it out. Where are you today? Central Texas is in the house. Beautiful energies coming in. And hopefully our audio is okay. We have 2 microphones going right now, one for Stephanie as well. It's her birthday today. South Africa in the house. Beautiful. Okay, well, all right. Groves, Texas is in the house. Greetings to everyone. All right, yay. So we will keep shouting these out as they come in. And let's see, Jadon Se already wants to come through. He has something to say today. There are a lot of energies today. Okay, good sound. Great. Thank you for that. Yeah, we have 2 mics, and it's always fun with that. You want to make sure they're all coming in at the same time or there's an echo and all of that. So, okay, let's see what Jadon Se has to bring in today. I am Jadon Se, Golden Dragon of the 3rd Arc of Consciousness, and this is another gathering of questions for the dragon. We meet here in every Saturday in your way of reckoning time at 11:11 a.m. Beautiful numbers these are. And dear ones, there are beautiful energies right now. Let us start with saying that there are signs from above. There are many beautiful beings sending blessings through the stars, celestial rivers, you might say, rivers from the stars. This is an ongoing blessing that has been coming in for months now, and it is reaching a crescendo, you might say. There are lots of those who are paying attention from the cosmos. You might call them your star families, the guides, the angels, the masters, your dragons, indeed your unicorns, and many magical beings are here, griffins even, and there are so many in celebration of what is occurring, the energetic shifts upon your world, dear ones. Many are still asleep to this golden age that is dawning, and many are, let us say, still in fear or doubt or guilt or shame, and they are slowly waking up to this new energetic that is here, dear ones. Do you feel it? Do you feel the cosmic celebration that is here now for this ascension? There are so many alignments that have been happening one after the other. You have had eclipses, you have had great outbursts from your local star, your Helios, the beautiful being that is your star. You have had alignments and let us say stellar gateways even that you have all successfully walked through. And dear ones, so many of you have been undergoing your own metamorphosis, your own transformations, both inner and outward. Your last message from the dragon has introduced a phrase for our little tribe. We have heard of the word experience. We are having external let us say experiences, our stories expressed out into the outward world, your story. Well, dear ones, there are insperiences that are happening within you. You have been having many insperiences. It is like being inspired and turning within all in one. And dear ones, reality is indeed a mirror. What happens within you is always reflected on the without. And so, as you have these experiences, these inner shifts, shifts of energy within you, your world and the external realities change. Yes, there are realities, plural, and worlds, even plural. Dear ones, your world changes from moment to moment. If your mood changes, your entire world for you has shifted. It is that pronounced of a shift. So, there are signs coming in from above right now. Beautiful. Let us say encouragements from your star families, your angels, your guides, your masters, your dragons and magical creatures. They are all, let us say, getting your attention in one way or another. Many of these energies are very subtle, and some of you have been a little too distracted to notice them. So this is a call from a cosmic golden dragon to tune into these signs that are indeed always present in these days. You'll have many encouragements coming, and there is guidance that you are receiving if you can tune into it. Just try not to be too distracted by worldly duties and normality, so to speak, if there even was such a thing. Just tune in a little sharper, you might say, to the guidance that you are receiving. And guidance it is. It is guidance from your greater self, dear ones, coming through the agency of various guides and masters and beautiful beings, loving entities. And yes, always make sure we are only calling in the guidance for our highest good in the eyes of the highest divine, love-based, beautiful, benevolent guidance. Yes, dear ones. Dear ones, many of you have been, let us say, so distracted that you have, let us say, put on hold your sensitivity to the love that is flowing, love that is available from all of the beings who are in support of your ascension, your highest timeline, your greatest good. Dear ones, do not give up on this love, this beautiful loving guidance and support, and it is surrounding you at all times. Those of you who have lost loved ones, perhaps your parents, best friends, even children, they are with you, dear ones. Feel this right now. Feel the love that is surrounding you. It is like a beautiful shawl or a cloak or a blanket of warmth and support and upliftment. Dear ones, you are loved. Do not give up on this. Do not forget this. Do not shy away from it in any way. You are so loved. And if you can feel this, if you can really drop into your heart center at this moment and just breathe into this, feel, dear ones, that you are supported. Even those of you, there are two of you right now who are feeling very alone, very unsupported. Let us, the rest of us, right now send these two loving guidance, loving energy, just love and support. You are part of a gathering here of beings who are in accord with this love, in harmony with this beautiful support coming in from the stars, from the divine realms. Let us all send our love to any who feel alone at this moment of now. And those two of you, you know who you are, who have been feeling alone, open up to this, feel this. There is support. You are not alone. You are loved and supported. Dear ones, do not give up on this. It is always around you. Indeed, every cell in your body is divided through the power of love. Every breath you have is transformed into beautiful light and energy within your beingness through love. Yes, dear ones, it is the twinkle and sparkle in your eye. That is the sparkle of love. It is that sort of sing-songiness of your voice. And when you sing and hum and whistle and dance, that is pure love being expressed into your experience. And so let us remember that our experience draws its very source from love. Very good. This is your message for today, dear ones. Recognize these signs from above and all around you and from the divine, and trust this guidance you are receiving and the messages, some of them very subtle. Tune into them, trust them, and dear ones, do not give up on love. Feel it, welcome it in, bathe in it, you might say. It is your birthright. It is who you truly are, and you are love, dear ones. Each of you is made of love. Every newborn baby knows this. At times we forget this. Radiate like that newborn baby. I am here. Just shine, dear ones. Let your heart shine. This is your message for now. Beautiful energies. Tune into them as often as you can in your own way. Beautiful. We will now open this up, this beautiful gathering of beings. Let us share. Before we ask questions, let us share any of our triumphs, manifestations, miracles that have happened to us, healings, beautiful transformations that we have either undergone or witnessed. Let us share the magic of this life, of your story. Please bring your sharings, and yes, your questions, clarifications, anything needed for deeper understanding. That is what this gathering is for. So we look forward to any sharings and questions in the chat in uppercase. Please bring them to us, and your dearest Stephanie will read them out loud.
This is top chat.
Beautiful, dear ones. We are waiting for your questions. While we are waiting for these questions, we will see whether there is anything else coming through from the cosmos for you. At this time, there is an energetic of change. Yes, dear ones, do not be afraid of change. Many of you shy away from the numbers 555. It is a reflexive, for in times past, change has not always been positive. However, the change that is coming is positive, dear ones. Some of this might be a little scary at times to shift and adapt to changing energies. Just know that this change is positive, dear ones.
Okay, I see there is a question from Home Drawn Studios. I finally ended my job this week. At first I was glad, then so sad. Why is this?
Dear one, congratulations for your shift. Ending a job. It is very much like leaving, embarking upon a journey, and leaving something behind. And there, whenever we feel like we are leaving something behind, there is often a sadness that goes with this. For that sadness should and will, if you allow it to, point to what has been very beneficial from this experience, from this story of your job there. Those you have worked closely with, those you have interacted with, friends, clients, customers, anyone who you have interacted with, there has been an exchange. And even the ones that seem unpleasant, these exchanges, perhaps you have had someone annoying at work or whatever. All of these carry gifts, dear ones. And so there is often a sadness that comes with knowing that that chapter is complete, and these sorts of interactions will be no more on this level. And so there is also a gladness, for it is a new chapter, a new beginning, a new journey, traveling and opening up a new chapter of your story. And this is, dear ones, beautiful. There are philosophers who have always spoken of whenever someone loses a job, or someone passes away, or breaks up in some sort of relationship. Many of the deepest and most wise philosophers and those who are guiding have said that this is a time of growth, so it is a time of gladness and joy, even when someone seemingly was lost from your life, or your job has ended abruptly, or someone has broken up with a loved one and moved on, let us say. This is a period of growth, and growth is over the arc of your story, what you are here for, dear ones. Growth and experience as well. Yes, dear ones, let these mirrored energies be for the greater good, the higher, deeper understandings and wisdoms leading to realization. Yes, let it become real for you. And so, dear one, embrace both the gladness and the sad feelings, for these sad feelings, again, they carry a gift. For you are only sad if something has moved into, let us say, a previous chapter that you very much appreciate and have learned from and have grown from. It is a feeling of loss. Nothing is ever lost, dear ones. All is gain, especially in the realms of love and understanding and realization. All is gain. They are entered into the records of eternity that you shall always have access to. And dear ones, those of you who have had, let us call it deja vu, many of you revisit situations, go back to see things a second or third or even fourth or fifth time from your way of seeing things. This is where your deja vu feelings come from. You still have access to every moment of you, dear ones. Nothing is ever lost. It is all gain. So therefore, let this sadness point to what it is that is important to you from this experience. Very good.
I see PG5D. Are the elementals coming back in the physical as we transition into the fifth density? Thank you so much.
Dear one, your so-called elementals have never left. It is, let us say, the consciousness of the dreamer that sometimes weaves a mist around experiences and insperiences. It is your own awareness that is coming back. Your let us say, spirits of the wood and spirits of the stream and spirits of the ocean, beautiful spirits that seem to have taken their leave when Christianity came and all of the old sacred sites had new churches built on top of them and patriarchal systems installed to push out the spirits of the forest and stream. It seemed to many that these spirits, dragons, yes, unicorns, magical animals, elementals, it seemed to many of you that they took their leave and became very quiet or left altogether. Dear ones, it is only because your awarenesses shifted that they seemed to leave. They have never left. They have always been here. Dear ones, there are many who are now seeing fairies. There are many who are seeing unicorns, are seeing beautiful, what would be considered to be magical animals, elementals. Yes, dear ones, those of you with very sensitive inner vision and even outward vision have beheld elementals of creeks and streams and beings that look like blades of grass that stand 17 or 20 feet tall with arms and legs and even faces, and trees that come alive and rocks that speak, and it would seem to many as if anyone beholding something like this has just gone crazy and lost their shiznits, you might say. And it is not that, dear ones. It is that many of you, especially the very sensitive ones, are becoming more and more aware of these beings. There is a reason why your what you call cryptids and magical beings are not visible at many times to most, and why your science does not find fossils of them, and all of these understandings of what you might call modern biology do not confirm the existence of dragons and unicorns and fairies and your Sasquatch and some of these cryptids have been made into scary stories, and even the word cryptid, it is a scary word on purpose. It sounds like a crypt where somebody goes to die and have their body turn into worms and whatnot. And this is because, dear ones, there are still those on this your world, in your great story, who do not wish humanity to regain an awareness of these, let us say, extra-dimensional beings and magical beings and elementals. They are still here. They have always been here. It is you who are regaining the eyes to see them, the ears to hear them, so to speak. And this is beautiful, for many of them are loving and wise and beautiful guides. And let us not be afraid of your Sasquatch. They are just beings that do not reside in your quote-unquote normality. Let us, as we regain our eyes to see them and our ears to hear them, reach out with love, reach out with gratitude, reach out with blessings for their highest good, and see what happens, dear ones. The more you open up to, sometimes it is best to start with beings like fairies. The more you open up to these beings, the more they will begin to appear. Your Stephen has stories of being tickled in the middle of the night, and even having a fairy land on his arm and freak him out, and he thought it was some sort of like large insect, and you can have great fun with this, dear ones. Then you can graduate to larger beings, or beings that are not as demure, you might say, elves and sprites, and you can have so much fun with this, dear ones. And yes, dear ones, the elemental beings are very beautiful to work with. Do this, dear ones. You will see new understandings will come to you.
Aaron Darvish is asking, Jadon Se, tell us about high vibration dragon souls in human bodies.
Dear ones, we do not wish to out any human beings who are truly dragon-like quite so soon. For as soon as humanity starts to turn and to look at other humans as potential dragons, there will be a shift that will not necessarily, let us just say, the time is not right for that in writ large in society. And so we do not wish to out beings who are disguised as humans, who are actually dragons, you might say. It is silly. You could say that a spirit is disguised as whatever it appears as. So when you begin to truly realize that your form is like a wardrobe that you wear, this your cosmic golden dragon, Jadon Se. I have an entire wardrobe of bodies that I love to wear, and yes, I have favorite go-to bodies, and yes, several of them are human bodies, dear ones. And because time does not apply to me the way it does to your way of reckoning, I can appear in several different human bodies at the same time in any one place even. Yes, dear ones, there are dragons walking amongst you wearing human forms. You might just say there are spirits who are most often appearing as dragons, who are currently appearing as humans. Dear ones, there are 3 of you in this gathering alone right now who are more related to dragons than to humans, and more comfortable as dragons than you are as humans. And this is, let us just say, what this dragon considers to be normal. It is only those who believe that they are humans in their core who are having strange experiences with things like this. Dearests, you are not humans having spiritual experiences. You are spirits having a human experience. And so all and each of you are appearing as human because you choose to at this time, for this story, for this, let us say, arc of growing that you have undertaken here. There are several, well, we will not out any one being who is more dragon-like than human-like. You can look with your own eyes and start to see this. You will see certain features. This is not only just humans. This can be house cats. It can be birds in your neighborhood. You can see, look into their beingness, and you will see dragon qualities. Even that buck, that deer, that buck over there standing on the top of the hill, he is not standing there like a deer. He is standing there like a dragon. You can see this, dear ones. Feel into it. You will notice more and more of this.
Okay. OZ Donner?
You can call this one Hadar.
Hi, Hadar. Sorry. I want to live in Seaside. For this, maybe I can quit my job. I love teaching because of that. I didn't quit before. How can we explain this situation?
Dear one, this is beautiful. You are becoming aware that your soul, your spirit, is pulling you to the ocean. You are becoming aware that you are, shall we say, of the water. And there are many beings who would say that they are of the water. And this is even deeper than the previous question. Am I a dragon appearing as a human? Am I of the water? And this can be an entire class of beings who are drawn to the water and get their life force, their energy, their wisdom, their understanding from waters. Dear one, you are becoming aware of this, that you are of the water, and it is pulling you to live next to the ocean, to hear these beautiful waves, to breathe the beautiful air that comes off of the ocean, and to hear the animals that are there, and to tune into all of the energies that are of the water. And for this you are understanding that you are pulled, and so much so that there is a tug of war going on between your ocean and your job, even because your job seems to be inland, and you have not yet realized that you can move your job to the ocean. It is possible. Yes, dear one, you can navigate realm bridge, let us say, between an ocean career experience and an inland ocean, an inland career experience. You can bridge these realms and move your timeline. Let us say, jump timelines into an oceanic experience. So there is no either or. You do not need to quit your job to do this. Just simply become very creative, dear one. You can create a path, a bridge between the two. And even if that becomes difficult for you for some reason, you can work it out so that you get enough time by the ocean, so that you can work it into your story, that you do both. You have this job and you have this oceanic experience. You can tune in and connect with the water as often as you wish to. Get very creative, dear one. We trust that you will find a bridge for this. And if you are still having trouble with this, then yes, find a new job that is closer to the ocean. Get very creative. We will look forward to hearing updates on this from you as you navigate through and find that bridge, dear one.
Aaron Darvish is asking, Jadon Se, are we a new wave of dragons coming to this earth? Can you share with us the steps energetically that are taken, the process in which will lead to an actual physical dragon presence?
Dear one, you are, let us say, jumping a few squares ahead of where many of this gathering are at this moment, and you are rushing headlong into dragon physicality. Let us just say that this is beautiful, and it is wonderful that you are seeing things in this way, for the way you see things within you, it comes first, and then you see it without. Your experience of being a dragon is already here. You would not even be asking this question if this were not your experience. And let us just say that you also have a beautiful understanding, seeing things like this as a wave. Yes, dear ones, waves of consciousness. What is changing is your consciousness of who am I? What am I? What have I come to learn? What is my purpose here? And you are feeling into this purpose of being more and more dragon-like. And this is beautiful, dear one. Embrace this. If you feel it in your heart, if it makes your eyes sparkle, a musical note come into your voice, perhaps, know that this is your purpose, or one of your many purposes. To learn to wear different forms and bodies, and the next one that you crave is a dragon's body. It is beautiful. Yes, dear ones, there is a wave, you might say, that is sweeping through this story of ascension and this your Gaia, indeed even this gathering here. There is a wave of understanding sweeping in. It is not coming from the cosmos in a cosmic golden dragon from beyond to you. It is being drawn from within you to your ears. What I am speaking right now was called into being by you. Anything that you hear from my voice and my this channeling, let us say, is being drawn by you to you. It is already inside of you, and you are waiting for external confirmations or echoes, perhaps, of what is already your experience hatching within you. And let us just say that this one named Aaron Darvish is having a beautiful experience that is being spoken from the external, from your experience, that you are headed towards dragon physicality. It is inevitable that you will experience being a dragon. It may be the least jarring for you to do this, and the most with the most ease and grace for you to do this in your dream realms at first. So you ask for the steps. Let us take some steps at playing with vivid dreams. Let us say, go into your dream realm and awaken within your dreams. And once you are awake, well, now that I am awake, I am going to experience having a dragon body, and then start playing with it, dear one. What color will you even have scales, and what color will they be? What kind of energies will you radiate and build your body around? And have fun with this, dear one. Am I going to be an elemental dragon or a source dragon? Or what sort of dragon am I going to be? What classification, perhaps? Or whatever. And play with it. Try on various different dragon bodies until you find a wardrobe of your favorites. And you will see it is such fun and beautiful to go flying amongst the clouds, or diving deep within the ocean as a sea dragon, or whatever it is that you choose. You can even jump into the mouth of a volcano and still be fine as a dragon. There are so many things you can play with, dear one. Have fun with this. So, yes, lucid dreaming should be the first step in this. Play with it, have fun, and when you are, let us say, very comfortable doing this in your dreamscapes, then it will be time for you to start to press it out, express it into an experience, and have an external, fully physical dragon body. Do not scare too many beings when you become a dragon, and do not make the National Guard mobilize and bring out their helicopters to try to take you down, because everyone is so frightened of you. So let us say, please represent the dragon realms with ease and grace, and in a way that does not scare people.
So Aaron Darvish has another question. Jadon Se, what is the reason for dragon hybrid or the creation of dragon man hybridization programs with humanoid beings? Interesting
Well,
question.
dear ones, anyone who, as we have just spoken, you may wear bodies, you may shapeshift, if you will. It is simply just your external appearance, your form that you take, your avatar, you might say, in this realm, can be an avatar that is human, can be an avatar that is dragon-like and fairy-like, or whatever. You can appear as a dolphin or a whale, and if you wish, you can appear as a hybrid of dragon and humanoid, much like you consider Lyrans to be like a hybrid of a cat and a humanoid. It is the other way around, dear ones. You are human hybrids of these cat beings, the Lyrans, whose template, let us say, overarches the human template. And Therefore, it is more you who have changed from being cat-like humanoids to being these more human-like. Let us just say that there is a reason why crystal skulls look like human skulls and not like cat skulls or canine skulls or whatever, dragon skulls. It is because you are here to express this human let's say, template, this human archetype. And so therefore, you have come to explore these realms of humanoid existence, and there needed to be records, clean and clear records of this humanoid template that is... it is, language is difficult here because you can use the word human to mean so many different things. Let us say Homo luminous, the Homo sapiens sapiens becoming Homo luminous, and your Homo luminous and Homo sapiens sapiens are, let us say, have a distinctive form that is best exemplified by your skull, by your head, by your facial features, your facial expressions, and dear ones, they are so dear to the cosmos and unique and beautiful and loved. That they have now their own beautiful archetype and template. And so you can play with this, you can hybridize, you can become a what is this word, chimera, if you wish to be the sphinx or a griffin or whatever you wish to be, you can play with. In hybrids, there is nothing wrong with a hybrid. It is just simply a construct, dear ones, where you are playing with bridging two different archetypes and merging them and creating something new. It is beautiful. You can have fun with this. Every artist does this. Every musician does this, dear ones. And why should you not do it with your own form? Have fun with your forms, dear ones. There is no reason why you need to be focused on those who might, like, have an agenda to merge dragons and humans or reptilians or whatever cat-like beings. You do not need to worry about some sinister reason or some agenda there. Just have fun with your own forms, dear ones.
Home Drawn Studios. I will start a dream journal. Is it possible to recall any dreams that I had forgotten because of not writing a journal before?
Now look at this. These questions are getting wiser and wiser. Look at the question itself. Have you not already answered it in your question? When you even say the words, is it possible? A part of you knows, of course, everything is possible. And when you get to the point where you are questioning, is it possible, you are already integrating this next concept into your realm of possibilities, into what you accept as possible, which are your beliefs and your rules, let us say your house rules of the realm that you are playing in. You are realm bridging at this moment when you say this. Is it possible? And now, dear one, you have brought in the possibility of remembering any dream that you wish. And this, what is remembering and what is time even when it pertains to dream realms? Have you not understood? Many of you have experienced a dream that seemed to go on for weeks or even months, a full narrative of this long, drawn-out story, and then you wake up and you find that you were only dreaming for an hour and a half or two, and you are amazed. How could months worth of experience happen in 2 hours of my dream time? And there is a beautiful understanding that can come from this. Yes, indeed, your timelines, even if they exist in the dream realm, are on a different scale and can be completely, let us say, disassociated with your waking reality. So if that can happen, then what is a past dream? What is a future dream even? What is recalling a dream? Perhaps this is the reason many of you have trouble, quote-unquote, remembering your dreams. For is it even a memory? Is it something that was encoded into your physical presence on this realm, in this realm, and is it necessarily something you need to access through memory cells or memories in your mind, or is this more that you are just simply accessing a dream realm that you are playing in, and maybe you have never stopped playing in it? Maybe there is a part of you still there in that very dream doing things, and you are just not connected with it. Have you thought of this? When you step outside of the bounds of a timeline or linear time, you will liberate yourself to connect with so many experiences, dreams, understandings. You can play with this, dear ones. There are so many realms for you to play in. Just try to not become too ungrounded when you do this. For your human experience, timelines are very grounding and familiar to you. So do not abandon your familiarities too quickly, or an ungrounding experience can become a little unpleasant and a little dizzying, and you can even have something similar to vertigo where you have this disorientation. And so be gentle with how you do this. And yes, it is possible for you to connect with any dream that you have ever had or will ever have. And journaling is a beautiful bridge to do this with. It is congratulations for beginning this process. And dear one, since you are an artist of some accomplishment, your journal can have beautiful images and pictures in it, like a sketchbook journal and dream journal all in one. You will find an entirely new dimension of beautiful experiences and insperiences falling out of that.
MKVM25, how to connect with higher self.
Dear ones, what is your higher self? Am I different from my higher self? Do I need to connect with it? Or is it just that I am playing around with a consciousness that seems to be disconnected with it? Let us first delve into the state of things before we say, how do we connect with our higher self? How are you right now? Let each of you who is wondering about your higher self ask this one question. Am I disconnected from my higher self? And is it even possible to be disconnected from my higher self? Or if there is at least the sense that I am disconnected from my higher self, did I choose this sense? If I did choose this sense, why might I have chosen this feeling of being disconnected from my higher self? What might I gain from this? All of these questions, dear ones, will start to point in, let us say, a flow of direction will become established where they are all headed in the same eventual direction, like a river flowing. You will see that all of these questions lead to common answers for your own beingness. And you should always understand that it is you who needs to answer these questions. You do not, if you externalize the question and say to some guru on some hill somewhere, Master, what is my higher self? This guru will look at you and just laugh. There will not be an answer from this external being for such a grand question. For it would be just a parody of an answer. It would just be an echo of an answer from the halls of eternity, and it would be paltry in comparison to your own answer. Who am I? What am I? What is my higher self? Am I connected already with my higher self? Do I need to try to connect to my higher self? Answer these for yourself, dear ones. It is helpful to understand at times that Any experience or inexperience you have comes through yourself. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Are there any other questions? Very good. It is now what time? It is, by your reckoning, almost an hour. We can stay here for a bit longer if you wish. Are there any more sharings, experiences, miracles that have happened? What do you call these manifestations? Have you called into being anything using the dragon energies? Beautiful. For some reason, there is a new question that has popped up and is not in both places.
Okay. Let's see. MKVM25. Oh, there it is. Interesting. I'll get over here on my mic. What is Zeal chakra? Are Zeal chakra and Alta major chakra one and the same? And how do I know this chakra is open?
Dear ones, it is helpful to look at energetic centers as chakras, and it is also limited. To even use the word chakra belittles something that is happening. These are currents of energy, vortices, you might say, of energy that are aspects of your own beautiful energy. And because they are vortices of energy, swirling centers of energy, you might say, they are also portals. And so when we use this word so often, people think, oh, a chakra, it is just something that my meditation person has talked about, or you see this chart in your mind of 7 chakras in this body of this human form. And dear ones, there are thousands of quote-unquote chakras in your energetic beingness, tens of thousands even, and if you are sharp enough, there are infinite chakras. If you understand truly what a chakra even is, and do not belittle it by throwing the word around with incomplete understanding, let us say. And there are so many that each can have a name, and you can have many chakras in your hands and feet and in your knees, even places where it is not traditional to speak of chakras. And this can be very distracting, dear ones. You can go down this rabbit hole so deeply that you get lost, because every time you try to separate a chakra and speak of it as a thing all in of itself, you are trying to separate a part of the river. You are looking at one little eddy or current in the river and saying, what is that little whirlpool called? Whoop, it's gone. What is the one that just came behind it? Whoop, it's gone. What is this called? What is that called? And you see the sun shining on the river floor, and when these whirlpools happen, they create these beautiful little dark circles that move around and overlap each other, and you can stare into a river and see what your chakras truly are like. They are currents of energy that appear and disappear at different times and purposes. For the flows of energy within you will open up these portals for a time, and these portals can be used. Yes, they can, and it can be helpful to name them if you wish. The Zeal chakra. There are so many chakras, dear ones. Let us not distract ourselves with these. It is like we could speak of all the different types of dragons, and that would be all we would do. Every gathering is talk of the what is this type of dragon, the Omicron the Omicron, the diamond rose dragon, or the etc. We could go on and on and on and on with this, dear ones. And let us not get too distracted by this. So we will not speak of this particular zeal chakra. And we will counsel each of you to work with your own understandings. Perhaps stop even using the word chakra if it belittles these energies and makes them seem like a known thing and not something of wonder and beauty that they truly are. It is just, we are not trying to chide you here. We are just saying, let us not go down too many rabbit holes with things like this. I hope that is not frustrating to this one with this question.
Home Drawn Studios, a dream book sketch journal hybrid it will be. Thanks for the idea, Jadon Se.
It is our pleasure, and we already knew you would be doing this, and I think you already knew you would be doing this as well.
And Rosa P. Just enrolled in Dragon Energy Level 1. Looking forward to it.
Beautiful. There are many of you here who have either taken this Level 1 course or are going to take it, and even some of you who are taking it twice because it is fun. And it is, let us just say, again, if you are reaching out and entering into this class or any experience, it is because you have had an experience, an inspiration that has led you to this. And this is your own opening up to working with these energies. Celebrate it, dear one. The fact that you have committed to taking this class means that you are already working with these energies, and you are of these energies, you might even say. And there would be a place where we might say welcome. However, you are already in and swimming in these energies if you have even on the outward level signed up for such a class. So we look forward to working with you there and working through deeper understandings on the road to them becoming realizations. And that is the journey that each of us, yes, us, all of us who have a body in this existence are on this journey of growth, of understanding, and eventually realization. Beautiful, and welcome again.
Michael Petronella, you know of my fascination with creation stories. One, yeah, sorry. Okay. I'll say that again. You know of my fascination with certain stories. One I would like to ask about is the story of Merlin.
Dear ones, if I start to speak of Merlin, then this one that wishes to speak of zeal chakras will wonder, well, why are we going down the Merlin rabbit hole? And however, I am going to do this. Because your Stephen is very also fascinated with Merlin, and many of you are. And the reason why we are going here and going to focus on the Merlin is because there are many of you who are fascinated by this, who are gathered here right now as I read you. And the Merlin, let us just briefly speak of the Merlin. What is the Merlin? The Merlin is an office, not a person. The office of the Merlin. The Merlin. What is a Merlin? Your English language has the Merlin as a bird. There is a bird called a Merlin. And how is this office of the Merlin? Why would there be a bird symbolizing an office? It is because this office of the Merlin is the counselor to the highest, king of the land. Let us just say the antithesis of authority. For when you have this top-down hierarchical, patriarchal, or royal authority, or any of these sort of kings and queens, and then you have these I am the last, and the I am the word, and my word goes, and all of this. And to have a king that has this bird sitting upon his or her shoulder, king or queen's shoulder, the office of the Merlin, the little bird that speaks in the king's or the queen's ear, is the counselor and symbolizes the voice within each of us. This Merlin symbolizes your own higher self and that little whispering voice in your own heart, in your own beingness, the voice of wisdom, the voice of the greater beingness of you. And as we say this, there is a bird pecking on the roof. It is a flicker, like a woodpecker knows we are speaking of this and has come to tap on the roof. And this is very symbolic of exactly how this office of the Merlin works. For when you invoke the Merlin, you are invoking your own inner wisdom. Many of you are able to tap into this without the bird on the shoulder, without the wizard-like being sitting around the round table and having a voice, and then the king asking Merlin, what is the highest wisdom in this case? And Merlin speaking for all to hear. This is one aspect of this voice. So the Merlin is an office, and your Merlin of King Arthur was a very special being in this story. We say was, for this is just speaking in your parlance. It is a time gone by, this King Arthur, for many of you agree upon about the time at which your King Arthur was alive in this your England, and it is part of the story. This is why we say was, and it is your Merlin of that story was, we will say, and is, for that Merlin is still with us today. That Merlin was dear to your King Arthur, even a father figure, for your King Arthur was raised by Merlin, taken away from the mother as a baby, and raised by a wizard, and raised by a dragon. Yes, your King Arthur was raised by dragons and wizards, and yes, it is beautiful for you to understand through this that this boy king who was able to draw this Excalibur, this symbolic sword of the land, from the stone, this divine sword, very connected with the sword of Archangel Michael, from the stone of the land, because he was pure of heart. And he was pure of heart not because he was raised as a prince or as someone of great privilege or someone to be looked up to, but because he was raised with wonder. He was raised with great curiosity. He was encouraged to follow that curiosity, to understand the greater portion of his own beingness, his own beautiful heart, and such a pure and beautiful heart that he was able to pull this sword from the stone, and that humanity was able to see that there is a wise and true leader within each of us, and that leader can raise to such glory and height as to usher in golden ages. And yes, there was a golden age of Camelot because of this. Dear one, this story is an echo through the halls of eternity of your own greatness of being, and the Merlin is just here to whisper that in your ear. This is the Merlin of which you speak. Beautiful being. I hope this was a good answer for you.
Has a question. Jadon Se, would you please describe the 12-dimensional collective of angels?
The 12th dimensional collective of angels. It is interesting for humans to speak of such things, you must have common language. Even the word angel is so misleading to some. To some, it is too religious, or just a religious figurine, or for some of you, it is like your guardian angel. It is like this light around you that just sort of helps on occasion. And so you need to have these understandings where those who are speaking of such things are somewhat on the same page. And this is why you also speak of dimensions in the way that your light workers do in this time. And there is, let us say, an agreement among many light workers that there are, shall we say, 13 dimensions, and that when you get up to the 12th dimension, you are in the realm of archangels and 12th dimensional angels, you might say. This relates very closely to this dragon's concept and way of speaking of consciousness. It is the second arc of consciousness, this 12th dimensional archangel realm. These are beings that are operating in agency of the divine. They are not separated from what you would call God or prime creator, source, the Tao. They are not separated. They are in full union with the divine energies and acting as agents of divine energies. So your archangel Gabriel representing communication and wisdom and understandings, and your archangel Michael representing protection and understanding having to do with light and the ability to cut away inappropriate energies with a sword of light, and your archangel Metatron with a deep symbology of sacred geometries and beautiful swirls of understanding having to do with the nature of creation itself, and all of these archangels being in unity. They are only seemingly separate from each other because they are working in agency for these archetypal understandings. And this is why archetype, archangel, arc this, arc that, it is very instructive for you to understand that these 12th dimensional, so to speak, collective of angels. And this is a beautiful word to say, collective, for when you speak of collective consciousness, you are getting closer to the understanding of what we are speaking of. You can have a collective consciousness and an individual consciousness overlap each other. Many of the beings that you speak of in these so-called higher realms are collective consciousnesses that can come to you as a collective and also as seemingly individuals. And this is because of agency. This is because of the way the archangels have fractalized. We use the word fractal for it means a pattern that repeats over and over again throughout the various dimensions. They have repeated this pattern of agency, and each time it is repeated outward, the agency seems to be broken into more and more individual pieces, you might think, or facets of the jewel, you might say. It is beautiful to understand that at this level, this 12th dimensional level of collective angelic consciousness, there are, let us say, archetypes that spill out into all of creation, and you can work with some of the most highest, purest forms of those archetypes in this realm. And the collective of these 12th dimensional angels that you speak of, so to speak, in your way of understanding, can give you a very pure instruction and guidance on the will of the divine. You can also go straight to the source, so to speak. You do not need agency. No one needs a priest or a priestess to speak to the divine. this is where that Merlin concept can come back again and be even more beautiful. Yes, dear ones, each of you can and will and should and could and all of the above open up to your own inner guidance, that whisper within. We will end this on this note. I know there are more questions. Please save them up for our next gathering. And let us do what we love to do so much, and that is shout out where we are on this your Gaia right now. And as we are waiting for you all, since there is a delay in this, to shout out where you are right now. Let us all also wish this dearest Stephanie a happy birthday. She is such a luminous and glowing being, and your Stephen is so deeply in love with her, and she is so much a part of the bringing this dragon into being in the way this dragon is, for she was the first one to record Stephen as he was sleeping and speaking this way. Let us thank her and wish her a happy birthday.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Appreciate
very
that.
Good. And please shout out where you are. Georgia, Tbilisi. Is this? We're not sure whether this may be Africa. It is Los Angeles, Anatolia, Turkey. Happy birthday, yes, dear Stephanie.
Thank you.
Where are you right now? Chicago. Very good. Yes, happy birthday from Georgia, Los Angeles, Anatolia, Turkey, Chicago. And this one is not identifying where he is right now, but I think it is in Holland. And Walnut Creek, California, Tyrol, Austria. My apologies. This word is very close, and in language sometimes it just blurps out this way. Tyrol, Austria. Earthsuit. Happy Earthsuit anniversary. Yes, dear ones. Cape Town, South Africa. Queensland, Australia. Happy birthday from the Caucasian region of Eastern Europe. Yes, Utah. Beautiful. Yes, happy birthday from South Africa, from Portugal, Faro, Portugal. Happy birthday. May it be memorable. Yes, indeed. We do not speak of age, and when we are, we will tell you what our age is when we reach 7,333. Merlin equals Dragon Sage. Very good. Yes, dear ones. Merlin, well, we will not say more about Merlin and dragons, but there is a deep connection. Where else in the world are we saying happy birthday from? I know there is a holdout, at least one. Well, we will start to conclude this while that holdout finally chimes in. Yes, have a magical day, dearest Stephanie.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much for this gathering, and we look forward to saying hello again very soon.